I might have a different take on this Tom Brady situation. I'm talking about on the overall perspective. I think we need to change how we do sports here in America. I think we do. I'm gonna give you a reason why. We wonder why um we wonder why like certain people don't respect certain positions, certain aspects of how we do sports here in America. Even overseas, they don't even respect this American football, what we call football here in America, and the positions that certain people play. So, for example, for in this Tom Brady situation, right? We talk about the position quarterback, the quarterback position, and we just tell people that Tom Brady is the GOAT. Now, me personally, I don't subscribe to that. To me, there's no way like a QB that's played past the year of 2005, 2006. Ever since they started changing the rules for Peyton Manning and all those guys, like I don't have a respect for quarterbacks like I do for everybody else. Reason why, anybody that's from overseas that don't know really, the quarterbacks are the most protected position. It's probably the most protected position. Meaning this: LeBron James, the basketball player, a player that's known to flop a lot, he has probably gotten more contact last season playing in basketball, where just a contact is a foul. He's probably has gotten more contact in that sport than Tom Brady has in the past 2 or 3 years. They have specific rules how you have to tackle a quarterback. You can't put your weight on them or it's a flag. You basically have to, even in practice, they put a red jersey on the quarterback so they don't get hurt. And basically, the way American football is set up is basically set up so just the quarterback can just win the MVP and nobody else. And it's just basically all to make the quarterback look good. Even though he can't get tackled, he gets called a certain way. If he slides, then you know, it's like there's no, you can't really, when you look at, you could say, oh, maybe a running back he could switch positions and play a defensive back, or vice versa. A linebacker, you can see him playing a different position. Most times, you can't really look at Peyton Manning and be like, man, he could play a different position. You know what I mean? Now we go to our so-called GOAT, Tom Brady. And you probably like, what does this have to do with his divorce? Guys, like I said, we live in America. We live in such an isolated, like we think Tom Brady is the GOAT. Well, not me. The American public might think Tom Brady is the GOAT, but worldwide, they don't look at him like that. They don't have that same respect. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide, Tom Brady does not have that kind of respect, bruv. So if worldwide, like there's a lot of people, look, there's a lot of people that could disagree with what they think about LeBron James. Or how about this? People could disagree with Michael Jordan's politics and all this nonsense, whether he cares for black people or whatnot. But one thing you cannot deny is his talent. He's world international. It's like you see the logo, Jumpman. Even though he was heavily promoted, they put him up like this. But it's clear as an athlete, he's superior. Usain Bolt, no doubt. No doubt in anybody's mind. He is the best. He's one of the best athletes ever. There's no, you can't even like. Let me tell you something. Like when the talent is there, there's no denying it. You know when like Stevie Wonder was like coming up when he was like 19, 20, he was playing at like theaters where they didn't even allow black people to play at. Like he was just dates like we got to put him on there. That's how talented he was. That's how groundbreaking. You know what I mean? There's no when the talent is there, you can't deny it. And I'm just saying with Tom, there's a lot of people that question the stuff. Not only just him, his organization been caught cheating time after time after time again. And that directly helps Tom Brady's legacy. But it's with a cheating franchise. But they push it in our face that he's the GOAT. They push it in our face that Bill Belichick is the GOAT coach, even though he keeps getting caught cheating. And the Patriots are just this best organization. A lot of the stuff that we do in America is just bullshit. there's no respect, especially behind a lot of our American stuff that we build up. I think we have to start doing things differently because we get shocked when it's not that. Look, Gisselle, we know how it is now. A lot of hoes, they're always looking for something different. You know what I mean? They don't have a respect. But I'm just saying, in European soccer, a lot of the stuff that our American athletes go through with their ladies, they don't really have to go through it like that. I'm not talking about England. I'm talking about like in Spain, Italy. The stuff I know it's still very similar around the world, but a lot of the stuff that the European athletes, the American athletes go through here, they don't have to go through it in Europe. Like they don't really come up with some kind of excuse to leave their. You know what I mean? It's like I still see guys like Dennis Bergkamp, you know what I mean, with his wife. A lot of people, a lot of former soccer players that had the same wife that they were when they were famous. But in America, it's just they're there for the whole time. But like in Europe, even past retirement, the wife still stay with the guy. You know what I mean? And I think there's something to that. I think what we have in this culture in America it's a weird thing that we do, because it's not even about he doesn't really. I'm not saying it's real love over there in Europe. I'm just saying there's a respect thing that we like obviously most stars you gotta groom them. Most stars are selected. Not really, organically made, but it's so clear in America that it's like, these are your stars. And it's like, is it? Yes, these are your stars. It has to be that person. They basically handpicked these people for us to worship in America. Like, it's like, it's not real. The stuff that we see on there is just not real. And here's the thing. I always say this. That's the reason why the U.S. men's soccer team, they ended up having to basically pay child support to the U.S. women's. They don't respect us. They don't respect the product. I think we're gonna have to do a change. We need to do a change, because we cannot have it where like our top athletes are getting just disrespected by hoes. Like, and it's like they're just they think they can run athletes. And I'll say, obviously, is an entitlement, and we can go all about female nature, but let's be honest. Our system, who we put as the best of the best, is, can we even say our sports system is really run on meritocracy? It might. It's our sports is fake, bruv. We need to do a change where we got to start promoting sports that are used worldwide, meaning we got to have tennis being our number one thing, soccer, boxing, etc., etc. You know what I mean? Stuff that is badminton, cricket, it might not be, because we kind of, but like these things that we promote, these kind of, like, our basketball stars, our football stars, it's like, it's fraudulent. It's so fraudulent. It's like you can't even respect it. And it's a pony show. And if it's not even real, how are we surprised like the hoes that we attract with something that's not real, and these hoes is not real? It goes together. I want to show you a clip, and it's just gonna show you something, because we in America, we don't really deal with what's real, and it's gonna show, because I would have called the hoe out in this clip. I'm about to show you something interesting. I don't know why people was not calling her out on this, but that's what happens sometimes. Let me show you something real quick. Fair use.
You could be Tom Brady. You could be the freaking man, the Super Bowl winning quarterback, GQ looks, famous, awesome dude. You never hear bad stories about Tom Brady. You could just be the epitome of masculinity, the leader of leaders, a man among men, all that, and then some multimillionaire, beautiful wife, marry a supermodel.
So he's talking about Tom Brady here. He seems to have it all, but his wife don't respect him.
Don't cheat on.
But let's hear the ladies' response to this. Let's hear the ladies look like, because remember, I told you what was gonna happen when the whole situation comes. They're gonna still try to make it where Gisselle is a victim. the sisterhood is strong, bruv.
On her, be a good man. You could do all these things, and then at some point she's like, "Yeah, I think it's time for a divorce." He's like, "What?
Has he been a companion?"
Well, I don't know. We don't know that.
He's been many things, but we all want one thing. It's companionship. Gisselle is worth 400. Tom Brady.
And this is where, as a man, like, there's been so many times I've gone on my cousin's podcast, and there's a lot of the episodes that he can't air because a hoe will say something on there, and I'm gonna be like, and I'll literally be like, "Okay." It doesn't matter if, dude, Pierre. I don't talk to him a whole lot, but when he says something I disagree with, I'm gonna be like, okay, no. It's like, wait, what? I gotta call it out, and Pierre doesn't get offended. He just answers it to the best of his opinion. But hoes do not get called out. When she says companionship and all this stuff, all you got to do is cut that off right there, then and there. But you know what niggas do? We just be like, wow, man, that's crazy. We just let it go. When you hear nonsense, you got to call it out. I used to, when I was a kid, I'd have my ideas, and it's just interesting how the average niggas that thought they were better than me, they'd be so quick to make me look stupid, even if I was right. They try to, they try to shoot the shit down, but it'll be like that's how. Let me tell you this. That's how I started to understand that dynamic. I'm like, yeah, niggas be desperate for pussy, bruv. Desperate. Because I'll hear girls will say the most outlandish things. And I'll be like, huh? And by that time when I say, huh, niggas literally looking at me like, be quiet. And I'm like, what? And I used to be like, okay, is nobody going to tell her that 2 + 2 does not equal 6? Yo, but let's stick to this hoe right here. So she says companionship. This is a girl that does zero research. This is what you got to say right here when she says that. Companionship. First of all, Gisselle could say all the stuff about, oh, I wanted him here at the house and blah, blah. Man, if Tom Brady wasn't who he was, you wouldn't be with him. Period. Point blank. If Tom Brady wasn't who he was, you would not be with him. If it was just Tom Brady bagging groceries at Kmart, but there for his kids, you'll be complaining that he don't make enough money. Companionship is not what you want. That was just BS that you put in the media. Because when Tom Brady retired, he found out that Gisselle was messing with that martial arts instructor. And he said, F this, I'm going back to football. But nobody's going to call her out. Nobody's going to call her out.
Brady is worth less than 3. I don't think she cares about the money at this point.
Do you think he cares about the money?
That has nothing to do with the money.
I think he cares about the money?
And I don't think she cares about, honestly, to
She
be
don't care
honest,
about
his
his
legacy
purpose.
anymore.
That's
because
crazy.
she's like, I want, it's
That's
not that,
crazy.
it's not crazy. It's just, it's her truth. Like does she not deserve, Tom deserves to have a legacy, but Gisselle deserves to have companionship.
You could be Tom.
But why? I don't know who this hoe is, but why is she popular? Why? So the dude next to her, I know his YouTube channel. He is something Night Talks or whatever. He makes good content. He makes good content. Shout out to him. Cause I think I've seen his content before, but why is a guy like Night next to a peon like that hoe? But the problem is nobody's gonna say that to her face because we just don't tell hoes the truth. Here's my thing. We can't be going after we can't be saying, fat women don't deserve this and you know what I'm saying, we don't deserve to do. And then you gotta call out all these hoes, bruv. You gotta call out everybody. You can't just because she thinks she's smart, bruv. She thinks she's making sense. And we're just everybody just looking at her like this here. But she can get away with it. I'm pretty sure. Man, what if I bet you if I research that girl, whoever that girl is that's talking, she probably had like 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Why? I don't know. Like I said, for just pearly things, I'm gonna make a video on her very soon. And it's just like the black manosphere, bro. I'm like, oh my God. You guys, like, the black manosphere is proving Coach Greg Adams right with, like, it seems like the black manosphere is just full of hope strategists. Like, they elevate just pearly things all the way up here. It's just like, I got to do that video of her talking about her Me Too situation. It's the funniest thing in my life. It's just so typical. I'm going to do a video on that very, very, very soon. I've been saying that for a month now, though, but I'm going to do a video on that because I saw the video by my brother. I got to give him his credit. But like I said, a lot of the stuff we do in America is fake. There's never been any meritocracy. Guys like me have been calling that out, since I was a kid. I get cast to the side, for not being in the in crowd, but, I'm calling this shit out because I see it, and Look, I'm just saying, if I can see it, I know the hoes can see it too. And they're just gonna follow what we do. And I don't think where we put Tom Brady in terms of, amongst the greatest athletes, I don't think he deserves to be up there. And I think low key, because Corey Holcomb kind of brought that up, I don't think Gisselle buys it either. I'm not. It's not even a diss to Tom, but I don't think she buys the hoopla either. But it's interesting. Like, the athletes overseas, they don't really have to deal with this nonsense that somebody like a Tom Brady has to deal with, or what a Steph Curry has to deal with. So we need a hard reset on how we do things. And I think it starts with us. I think it's pointless to argue with women about certain topics like this, because that's pointless. That you're wasting your time with that. I mean, it starts with us. And a lot of our systems, we got to be honest, a lot of our systems, the way we do things is pretty fraudulent. It is what it is. A lot of the things that we do is very fraudulent, and it's a trickle down, and not only a trickle down, even the guys are up top, they're not really those guys. And I think Gisselle, look, man, the reason why Antonio Brown is going crazy right now is because he's finally realizing everything we do, all the hard work that I do, is just all gonna go to Tom Brady. It's all the credit is gonna go to Tom Brady. Look at Aaron Rodgers without Devontae Adams. Struggling. Look what happened to Eli after OBJ. I mean, bruh. The stars that we put up top. Look, if I can look, like, me, I'm a person, I respect talent. But if I can see the charade, I'm just saying, like, Messi was able to get out of the friend zone with his girl because of his talent, because he was that dude. Could you ever see a situation like that happen in America, really? Because the way our sports system is set up, it's not. A lot of the things that I'm saying in this video might go over people's heads, and because I'm a bit all over the place in this one, but the athletes that we put up here are not. They're not those guys for real, and I think the women see that. That's the main point I'm trying to say. I could be wrong, but I think the women see this too. I could be crazy, but I'm just saying, I look at how people look at certain people, that I see how people look when they see somebody dunking from, like, the free throw line. It's a different look. It's just a different type of look. It's a different respect. And okay, Patrick Mahomes gives it to Tyreek, and he's taking it to the house, and they're all giving the credit to Mahomes. You know what I'm trying to say here? And everybody just seen that Tyreek just literally took it, outran everybody like it was a track meet. And everybody's really looking at Tyreek, but we got to look at Mahomes. And look at Mahomes. His bitch don't respect him. If I can see it, I think the ladies can see it too. I think they don't respect that. I just don't think they respect it. I could be wrong. It's a bit off. That theory, you can challenge me on it, and I'm willing to, but I think it's that lack of respect, because the European soccer players, they don't really have to deal with that. They don't have to deal with the nonsense that our big superstars here, our big football stars, our big basketball stars, they're dealing with all types of problems with these ladies. And I'm seeing overseas, not counting England. I'm not talking about England because they're very similar to us. I'm talking about Spain, Italy, France. They don't really have to, they don't the even the retired superstars with their wives, they don't have to deal with this nonsense. But I think it's because the way we set up our sports stars, it's not real. It's nothing to be really respected. So that's my theory. That's my theory. I could be challenged on it. I understand if that goes over a lot of people's heads.